The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
You gotta read that slow. You gotta read that slow, it's gonna jump right over her head. Read it back.
Verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto the children of Israel. All 12 tribes. And do what?
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So all Israel were commanded to have fringes in the borders of their garments. Like the Amerindians. The Amerindians were given this law.
Right.
Which makes them what? Read on. Sister, you're smart, read on.
Throughout their generation.
Throughout their generations, that's why all to this day, the Amerindians are still wearing their fringes. Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
And upon the fringes, the blue ribbons. It's there. It's there for us to see all this is historical facts, and we can go and find proven that Amerindians are Israelites.
That's right.
Ice bridge.
So, there are persons such as that live in igloo, right?
It's not you, it's on him. It's on him.
They live in igloo. Equally cold. They still live there. Their bodies adapt to the culture, adapt to the environment.
The bodies adapt to the culture of the environment.
So you're telling me Amerindians to the cross over the Barren Strait was too cold?
It's not biblical and it's not historical fact.
Right.
That's an assumption. And we can go into the Bible and prove to you how the Amerindians got here.
How are Amerindians reaching the Bible when the Bible was written like way before them? I don't understand.
Because guess what? Their names were not always Amerindians.
Right.
Okay, so what was it?
Israel.
That's right.
That's who the Amerindians
That's
actually
what
are.
Israel.
We're gonna prove it to you. You see this here? Give me is what was it? Second Maccabees or second Ezra?
Second Ezra.
Second Ezra.
13.
You see this here?
13.
These are Amerindians, right? What's happening to them in this image?
Okay, they're being colonized by the colonial.
That's
45.
1 point. Now look at this here. What is these? These are fringes, right? Keep that in mind. Amerindians being colonized and then wearing fringes. We're going to prove to you that Amerindians are actually the Israelites. We're actually one people. You got it?
Amerindians are more likely black.
Amerindians wants black. Blacker than you.
Right.
Read.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 4 to 5. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
So this journey from the old world to the new world called the Americas was a long journey. You know what?
Namely of a year and a half.
So their transport or their movement from the old world, which would be Apocrypha. Right, the 14 books of the
Don't say anything. Yeah, I like Iraq.
Read.
No, don't read the book.
Read it.
For though that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Ashtoreth.
And the same way is called Ashtoreth, meaning the Americas. When you Google that word, it tells you the Americas. Read.
Then dwell they there until the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come.
Read it from
45.
Read from 40.
Verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Osea the king.
So the 10 tribes, from here, let me show you, come on this side. This here is the kingdom of Israel. Right, 12 tribes. These tribes here, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, were considered the Jews, or the southern kingdom. You with me? You with me, sister?
I am.
Good. So the remaining tribes would be the last 10 tribes. You understand that? So now in the Apocrypha, in the Bible, in Ezra's, what does it say? Read from 40.
40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Osea the king.
Because after the king of Israel was split, 3 during the time of the kings, where King Solomon's sons, Rehoboam and Jeroboam, they had an issue with each other, and the kingdom of Israel split. Now there's two kingdoms. Northern kingdom, which consists of the Amerindians, and the southern kingdom, which consists of the so-called blacks. The Amerindians went straight into idolatry and were taken away captives by the Assyrians. You understand that? Read.
Whom Salmanzar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took his counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
So they decided, you know what? We will leave the multitude of the heathen. This is them want to get back into redemption. So their mindset is to leave the heathens and come back into another land. To keep God laws, that was their mindset. It didn't happen throughout history, but that was their mindset. Read.
And go forth into a further country where mankind never dwelt.
What?
And go forth into a further country where mankind never dwelt.
So they were leaving the old world. Their plan was to leave the old world and come into a new world where mankind never dwelt. When the wicked man Christopher Columbus and his wicked conquistadors came to the Americas, or the new world, who was here already? And what did the Bible say they are? The lost 10 tribes of who? Israel.
That's right.
So the Amerindians and the so-called blacks are the same people.
That's right.
Pause here for a minute. I want to digest
What's
this.
going on, bro? You got a quick minute? We're gonna have history in the Bible. And the real Jews. How about you, sis?
Which he just did.
Uh-huh.
And, but you know, in Guyana, right, missions there, and I just looked at your message, I got to do with a lot of persons like that, because like, there's a lot of people who don't know.
All right. You want us to make sure this word reaches everybody else. What about your part? What about your part? Let me show you something. We're going to further prove that the Amerindians are Israelites. You finished with that here, right? Read fringes. Why are the Amerindians wearing fringes? This is more historical facts. Why are they wearing fringes like these? Have you ever seen this on Amerindian clothing? These fringy looking stuff? Why are they wearing it? I'm going to show you out of the Bible. Read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
You got to read that slow. You got to read that slow, it's going to jump right over her head. Read it back.
Verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto the children of Israel, all 12 tribes. And do what?
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So all Israel were commanded to have fringes in the borders of their garments. Like the Amerindians. The Amerindians were given this law.
Right.
Which makes them what? Read on. Sister, you're smart, read on.
Throughout their generation.
Throughout their generations, that's why all to this day, the Amerindians are still wearing their fringes. Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
And upon the fringes, the blue ribbons. It's there. It's there for us to see. All this is historical facts that we can go and find, proving that the Amerindians are Israelites.
That's right.
Right?
What's going on,
You can
bro?
stick around. We got a lot more to let you know.
Thank you.
So yes, the Amerindians are Israelites. We've been separated, we've been divided for way too long now. It's time for us to do what? Give me that, Zephaniah 2:1. Come back together as a people. We've been divided in religion. We've been divided in politics. We've been divided in every single thing. Plain old simple tactics. War tactics. Divide and conquer.
Right.
But what does God say?
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Gather yourself together, you so-called blacks, Amerindians, and Hispanics, because we want people. We've been destroyed for centuries. We've been lied to for centuries. But God says what? Gather yourselves together. Read.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
God says we're a nation that's not desired. I hear people say with their own mouths. They tell their daughters, don't bring home no black man. Why are you looking guilty? Why are you looking guilty? Read them back.
Verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desire.
All other races on this planet, they don't desire the so-called blacks, Aboriginals, Hispanics. That's facts. They tell their children, don't marry no black
history's in the
man.
Bible, sis.
Don't marry no black man because they're stupid. That's what's going on in this place right now. Read it back.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desire.
God says, gather yourself together, O nation not desire. How are we going to gather ourselves back together? Are we going to gather ourselves back under Islam, under Christianity,
Hell no.
under Buddhism,
Hell no.
under Rastafarianism? How are we to gather ourselves back together? Because guess what? Many of our revolutionary fathers, forefathers, they tried that. They tried to gather us back under Islam. Malcolm X, it failed. They tried to gather us back together under Pan-Africanism, Marcus Garvey, and it failed.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.